Hello, my name's Lloyd from Lloyd's Gas and Renewables. Over in Manchester today, just visiting one of our clients, Jim. We installed a heat pump for him March last year. Let's go and have a look, have a run through things. The heat pump is round the back here. Okay, so we've got a 5 kilowatt Vaillant aroTHERM Plus heat pump. We've just installed this around the back of the property. We've got our primary pipes coming from the back of the heat pump, a nice short run into the where the cylinder is located there inside. All fully insulated in primary pro insulation. The electrical isolator above here. Got some antifreeze valves on the back. Really nice install. We'll go inside and take a look. Last year we installed a boiler next door, which is actually Jim's son's house. A couple months later, Jim got in touch with us and he was actually interested in a heat pump. So we've got a boiler on this house, a heat pump on this house. We'll have a chat with Jim later and kind of see what his thoughts are. If he's happy with the decision of going with a heat pump over a boiler. Okay, so this is where the cylinder was installed. Originally the boiler was installed here, so we've taken up pretty much the same footprint. As you can see, a lot of people can hear rumours that they take up a lot of space to have a heat pump installed. As you can see, with customer can just have a cupboard built in front of this, and you'd never know this was the same as you wouldn't with the boiler. Everything's well insulated, all the pipes are insulated, no copper on show. We've got strainer, you know, a little volumiser on here, what we needed for some additional run times, expansion vessels, diverter valves. We've got everything in this small little space. You haven't got to have huge areas to install this sort of equipment. Just if you've got somewhere where you've got a boiler currently, a lot of the time we can kind of configure that little setup and make space for a hot water cylinder, and then you've just got your heat pump on the outside. Really nice install. Took up minimal space on this, so yeah, customer's very happy with this one. So we've got the Vaillant controls here. This is the heat pump interface unit. Everything's wired back into here, and this is what will speak to the heat pump. It'll control everything. We've got the Vaillant connector, and this is what gives the customer the ability to control everything from the app, and they can brilliant piece of kit because they can monitor everything. They can keep an eye on their efficiencies, what the SCOP it's running at, how much kilowatt hours it's been using, energy consumption, energy yield, and then on top of that we can also connect to this and we can monitor the system because we want to make sure that it's performing as we've said it's going to perform and it's achieving the efficiencies what we say it's going to. So that's really good, and we install that on all of our heat pumps. Okay, so this is Jim's phone, and we can see he's got the app control of this, and we can see the outside temperature is 22.7 degrees. Currently the heating is off. The heat pump is being told off the weather sensor that it's already warm enough outside, we don't need the heating on. Hot water is currently sat at 36.5 degrees, and we can have a flick through and look at loads of details on here. We can look at the efficiencies, the current SCOPs, energy usage, etc. As you can see, we've got 10mm pipe feeding. This is the same for all of the radiators. As you know, you hear a lot of the time heat pumps don't work on 10mm pipe. This is evidence that they do. We've just looked at the SCOP, we've looked at the efficiencies. It just comes down to the design. You know, we spent some time running through this, working out the pipe sizes, the pressure losses, seeing if we had enough pump head available, and everything come back that it was fine on this system. And as you can see, as long as you've got somebody who knows what they're doing with the design, then there's absolutely no problem with 10mm pipe in a lot of cases. So yeah, running at a SCOP of 4.6, this heat pump, when you put that into perspective and you look at the running costs, what Jim would have been spending, I think for 2025, 1,100 kilowatt hours, work that out at 21p per kilowatt hour, spending maybe £270 for his heating and hot water for the year. Currently in the process as well of getting solar panels. We just had a chat with Jim then. He's looking to run a lot of this system, will be grid free for a lot of the year once he's got his solar panels and his batteries, so that's just an absolute brilliant combination. As mentioned before, we installed a boiler next door, and then Jim opted to go with the heat pump, and this is the reason why. The performance of them, the efficiencies of them, the running costs, and that's based off of the heat pump keeping Jim warm all year round, rather than a boiler which would be keeping you warm for maybe an hour or 2 hours a day. And the boiler is still going to cost you, in these sort of cases with a good design, the boiler is still going to cost you more just to keep you warm for a couple of hours in comparison to a job like this. It's keeping him warm all year round, costing him less to run, just an absolute no-brainer.